Hello fine people, and welcome to more Reddit stories. Today we've got 3 stories from r/ProRevenge. In the first one, a total creep regrets thinking OP is a girl. The second one is about OP's month-long battle with a terrible internet company giving them hell. And the last one is a very heartwarming and wholesome story about OP stealing things to return back to their rightful owners. I hope you all enjoy and consider subscribing so I can bring you more Reddit stories. This story's titled, "Trying to Take Me Home? Better Make Sure I Am Who You Think." Unsure if this counts as pro-revenge, but I like to think so. On behalf of catcalling victims everywhere. Alright, so to understand the story, you have to understand a few things about me. I'm a 19-year-old guy, bi, with a boyfriend. I'm often told I have a very feminine body. I've posted in the femboy sub here and there, with positive response, but this is a throwaway and I'm not gonna link anything for privacy reasons. I was out on a date a few weeks ago with my boyfriend, who I'll refer to as Alex, 20 years old. For storytelling's sake, I'll go by Liam. We had just finished a movie date and decided to roam the dark streets of nightly New York City afterwards, just to chat and spend time together, as we don't live together. It's important to note that I was dressed up, like a girl. I'm talking a crop top and skirt, plus some thigh highs. Come for me all you want, I like to feel pretty. I was waiting outside the convenience store while Alex grabbed some snacks, when a tall man, early 20s, and dressed like your local dealer, walked up to me and tried to act sexy. I'll refer to him as Creep. Creep says, "What's up, baby? You know, you shouldn't be out here so late, all alone." I said nothing. Creep continues, "Now come on, babe. When a man speaks to you, you respond. How about we go back to my place?" Now here's something I haven't mentioned. I have a highish voice, still masculine, but high enough where if I try, I can muster up a good female voice. So I do. No, not interested. "Come on, I don't bite. I just want to have a little fun." He got closer. I shook my head. At this point, Alex comes out with a bag of our snacks and notices the scene. Alex says, "Everything alright, babe?" Creep says, "Babe, what? You're with this loser? Come on, let me show you what a real man can do for you." He put his hand on my hip. Alex started to walk forward, but I signaled for him to stay back. I had a plan. I put my hand on Creep's, then wrapped his arm around me and cuddled into his chest. He smelled like cigarettes, disappointed parents, and failed dreams. I look up to him, still in my girl's voice. "Oh, him? Don't mind him, if you want me." Then I switched to my normal voice. "Then you can have me." Immediately, he pushed me into Alex's arms and storms off, yelling obscenities mixed with a few homophobic slurs here and there, plus some transphobia tossed in for good measure. Me and Alex both go into hysterical laughter, nearly falling over each other. Once we calm down, he looks to me. "You're really an a-hole. You gotta stop doing that to guys." He chuckled, and I say, "Hey, they all approached me." This story's titled, "You're Not Giving Me an ETA for a Fix? I'll flood your ticketing system." At first, I thought that this story would have been more suited for petty revenge. However, after reading ProRevenge's rule number 1, that states, "In order for your story to be pro-revenge, it should involve you going out of your way and going above and beyond to get revenge," I decided that it's better suited here, as I feel that I clearly went above and beyond. Hopefully you'll find this story as amusing as I and my friends find it 10 years later. This happened around 2012, back when I used to live in Southern Europe, one of the Mediterranean countries. I was a university student in a remote rural place. I had just moved to a new apartment, and naturally, my first order of business was to make sure that I have a running internet connection. The problem was that due to the place I was living in being so remote, there was only one internet service provider available. You didn't like the provider? Too bad. Anyway, I signed the necessary paperwork in time, moved to the new place, set up the router and all, and thankfully my connection is fine. That is, until day 3 or 4 when out of nowhere my internet connection dies, but my phone line was working normally. Okay, no probs. I call the ISP to open a ticket. The representative tells me that they will get back to me soon. A few days pass by and I get nothing, so I decide to call them again. The representative tells me that they are still investigating the problem and that they will get back to me soon. Now this is the point where I'm starting to get frustrated. I know that the internet in the area is fine. In fact, my next door neighbor's internet connection is great, so the problem must be something that is easily fixable, right? Wrong. A week has passed by, and I call them again. This time the representative tells me that they have investigated the issue, and the problem is officially of unknown origin, which means that they cannot give me an ETA for the fix. I hang up the phone, feeling sad and perplexed. As I contemplate my internetless existence, the representative's words echo in my mind. Unknown origin. We cannot give you an ETA. Slowly, my sadness transforms into denial. How is this possible? My phone connection still works, so the line is still there, and I know for a fact that everyone in the area has a stable internet connection. This must be a simple bug that is easily fixable. This can only mean one thing. Some mofo has not been doing his job correctly. The denial becomes anger. How dare they tell me that they cannot give me an ETA? This should be illegal. What if my job depends on my internet connection? Not to mention that internet access is a basic human right. They are denying me my rights by not giving me an ETA. At this point, the issue stops being the internet connection. It's about the principle of the matter. As a human being and a customer, I am entitled to an ETA. I call the ISP again, and I try to explain my flawless reasoning. No luck. The poor representative who listens to my rant tells me that the only thing I can do is open a new ticket. Shocked by my inability to define my fate, I accept his offer and hang up. And then, a magnificent idea is born. Since the only thing I can do is to open a new ticket, then this is exactly what I'm going to do. From that point on, I was calling my ISP provider 2 to 5 times per day. Each time, I was telling the representative the same thing. This is what happened. I know that there are multiple tickets with my name on them already, but I want you to open a new one. Most of the representatives were pretty amused by my story. Everyone complied. A month later, yes, a month passed without the issue having been fixed. I get a call from the regional tech executive of the ISP. The call goes like this. The executive goes on a long angry rant about, "You must stop opening tickets. You're flooding our ticketing system." At first, I was shocked at how aggressive the executive was. He was clearly one step away from starting to calling me names, and I knew that the only reason this didn't happen was that these calls are being recorded. And then my shock transformed into a visible glorious erection. You see, my friends, this is the point when I realized that I was winning. So I say, "Well, are you going to give me an ETA for a fix?" The executive responds, "We cannot give you an ETA. The problem is of an unknown origin." "Then I guess I'll keep opening tickets," I said back. Executive hangs up. To cut a long story short, this exchange renewed my passion for crushing the souls of those who have wronged me. So I kept opening tickets at the same pace for another 30 to 40 days. I estimate that in the course of the total 70 or so days that this lasted, I must have opened more than 250 tickets. One day, my phone rings. I pick it up and it's an ISP representative who tells me this. "Mr. OP, is this you? Your problem has been solved. Everyone at the ISP is talking about you." Indeed, on that day, my internet connection was back. The cool part about this, however, was that I had internet all along. Remember my next door neighbor? She was kind enough to let me know her Wi-Fi password since day one. OP is straight up savage. He was not kidding when he said it was just the principle of the matter. He was in no real rush or dire need to actually get his internet back thanks to his lovely neighbor. He just wanted to become an absolute menace to this terrible internet company. And become a menace he did. And in the process even became a legend throughout that company, known as the guy who flooded the ticketing system and wouldn't put up with anyone's BS or lack of ETAs. This one is titled, "The Christmas Ornaments Robin Hood." It's 2020, unfortunately. It's the day after my 2 younger sisters and I flew out to Pennsylvania to see my dad, who lives there after getting divorced by my mom for 15 years of not being a good husband or dad. He lives with his mom, cranky grandma, and her devil cat, as well as my amazing aunt and her angel kitten. Dad gets home from work. "Where's OP?" he asks my cranky grandma. "She's in the basement," cranky grandma says, probably throwing in a snide comment or two about the newly dyed purple hair adorning my head, or the leather fingerless gloves that have joined my black wardrobe. "Looking for some Christmas ornaments," she said. Dad goes down the basement stairs and finds me rummaging through cardboard boxes. "What are you looking for?" he says. "Hi, Dad," I say. "Well, I noticed that you decorated for Christmas, but you're missing a few things. Where are the mooses?" The mooses are a pair of stuffed mooses that have been put up every Christmas since I can remember. They're brown, about 2 feet tall, and soft as marshmallows. There's Mama Moose, who is named Mary, holding Baby Moose, who is named Christmas, and is in a red velvet sack reading "Merry Christmas" on it in gold embroidery. The mooses always go on the couch to watch over the living room and all the decorations and presents in it while we're asleep. The problem with the mooses is that when my mom divorced Dad, she was so scared of him that she let him have almost everything. This included the mooses and quite a few more of her treasured ornaments. And since I've always been the one to set the mooses on the couch, that first Christmas with a divorced Dad just didn't feel right without them. Dad helps me look for the mooses for a while. Sorry, sweetie, they must have gotten lost in the move, he says. I smile and don't tell him that I hate being called sweetie. It's okay, I say, and pull out a cardboard box. Hey look, it's your What God Wants for Christmas box. I love that tradition. We go set up What God Wants for Christmas in the living room. I say, I think I'm going to take a nap. Dad says okay. I go upstairs and into my room and shut the door. I walk over to the window seat / storage chest under the window. I open it. Hello, mooses, I say. The mooses lay on top of my stuffed animal collection, looking dusty. Several other ornaments I recognize as Mom's are keeping them company. I grin and shut the chest. It is the day we fly back to my home state. I have the mooses packed away in my suitcase, and the other ornaments tucked beside them, wrapped in my fluffiest, but still black hoodie to protect them. I roll my suitcase out to the hallway. Dad is weighing the youngest sister's bag to make sure it's under 50 pounds. Okay, now I need to check it to make sure you're not stealing any of my stuff, he tells her. My mind says, oh no. My brain gives me uncomfortable memories of how Dad raged when he thought one of us had stolen his coffee mug. My voice says, privacy invaded in 3, 2, in a joking tone. Dad and the youngest sister laugh. Dad does not check anyone's suitcases. We're at the airport. Younger sister's suitcase is somehow 3 pounds over the weight limit. Dad says, OP, go grab one of the suitcases that already went through and open it up. We'll put some of younger sister's stuff in there. He gestures to my suitcase. My mind makes an ear-splitting screeching noise that sounds like someone slammed their brakes to avoid hitting a pterodactyl and hit the pterodactyl anyway. My brain imagines Dad opening the suitcase and going into a rage at the sight of the mooses. My voice says, sure, Dad. My hands grab youngest sister's suitcase instead of mine and pass it over. Dad opens it. Her suitcase contains no smuggled goods. We transfer the stuff and the very nice airport lady sends all the bags down the conveyor belt. Dad asks me why I waved to mine. I shrug. Just being weird, I say. Good luck, mooses, my mind says. We are back home. My family, including my older sister, who didn't go with us, Mom, my other grandma, and my grandpa, are all sitting in the living room catching up. I say, I'm disappointed you took the tree down already. Older sister laughs and says, it's past New Year's. I know, I say, but I brought some stuff to put on it. I open my suitcase. I show around the ornaments I smuggled back. 3 tiny stuffed snowmen, our cat's catnip stuffed cat ornament, a white clay angel, a wooden rocking horse, a wooden mouse king, a clay snowman, my older sister's stuffed dog. When I unveil the rocking horse, Grandma gasps. I bought that for your mother when she was little, she exclaimed. How did your dad get it? That's not everything, I say. I unzip the flap hiding the mooses from view. I pull out the mooses. Older sister and Grandpa clap. How did you get those back here right under Dad's nose? Older sister asks. Grandma laughs so hard she has tears in her eyes. The tears in Mom's eyes are not from laughter. Slowly, she reaches out and takes the mooses, hugging them to her chest. Over their antlers, she mouths, thank you. And then she gets up and she sets the mooses down on the couch, right where they belong. Man, that is so wholesome. That is so sweet to think how much joy she must have brought her mom doing that. She rescued that moose from spending an eternity down in Dad's dusty basement and returned it back to its rightful place on that couch. OP is an absolute sweetheart and definitely deserves the name the Christmas ornament Robin Hood. This was a nice lighthearted story to leave you all with. I hope you enjoyed. And that was our /ProRevenge. If you enjoyed, drop a like and subscribe if you want more Reddit stories. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Stay safe, peace and love to all you fine people, and I'll catch you next time.